Hello, my friends. Hello, I am Intimate Alien. This will answer your questions if you are feeling unhappy in your work. Work is such a big part of life on this planet. A lot of you could not imagine a life without needing to work or wanting to work. Hard work is ingrained in you at such an early age. There's just so much to it. Not to mention that you need money on your planet in order to live and buy things and survive. Now, there are civilizations and peoples currently who are outside of this realm, but they are most likely not here watching this right now. So I'm really just talking to you, the person who lives in this modern world and does work for money to live. What a lot of you are not taught growing up is that vibration alignment is what causes your results. However, you do see that there is great inequality on the outside, right? You see there are people with billions of dollars and there are people with negative dollars, right? You see very hardworking people not being able to live and buy food. You see people who seem to be roaming around the planet aimlessly, having lots of money in their bank accounts. You also see this trend where if people are exceedingly happy in their work, maybe they don't make as much, right? There is a lot of overlap and a lot of difference in the amount of work one puts in and the amount of money they receive. So it doesn't seem to make sense, right? You all have made some imaginings, some assumptions in your head so that it feels a little bit like there could be a reason for this, right? Because otherwise it would just plague you. Why? Why does this person have this? Why do they have that? And so you have made up some reasons, but really the only reason anyone has what they have is because of their vibrational alignment. So knowing that, taking away hard work from the table, what is your feeling about the work that you do? What are you expecting? Are you expecting for it to be hard? Are you expecting for it to come with many, many caveats or having to give things up? We can't even find the word we are looking for. Sacrifice. Are you expecting to have to sacrifice things in order to do your work? Are you expecting to be paid very little or not enough in order to do the work that you want to do? How do you feel about your work? If you are unhappy with your work, then it is because you are perpetuating feelings, beliefs about your work that keep you unhappy. The trick first is to come into neutrality. Find non-resistance just for a little bit. When you find yourself feeling negatively, feeling overwhelmed, feeling like it could not be any other way, try to find a way to make peace with that. Say, well, maybe it doesn't have to be so hard. Maybe it doesn't have to pay so little. Maybe I could eventually feel differently, have differently, experience differently, right? Just dissipate the tension, dissipate the negativity so that you can stand on firm ground, right? Stand on neutral ground. And then play right now, but play after you have found some neutrality, because otherwise you will just keep creating the same thing that you've created before. But what would be a more ideal situation if it was not connected to money what would you want to be spending your time doing? What are the things you enjoy speaking of and doing? And who do you want to surround yourself with? What would excite you to wake up to every day, right? Now, you can still see it as a job. You could still see it as a business. You could still connect it to some of the structures that are common on your planet. Or if you feel ready for it, it's just a bigger emotional and belief stretch for most of you. What if you didn't have to work? What would you do then? How would that feel? Where would your money come from? And where would it be? And how would it feel to not have your work be connected to your wealth? What would that feel like? Play around, and start with baby steps is what we would suggest, because it will be easier to acclimate vibrationally. It's often very difficult for you all to make big leaps at once, just why your lottery winners usually return to their set point from before they won the lottery pretty quickly. They have not acclimated to their new vibrational place. So, first, de-stress, de-tension, right? Have your current reality be neutral as a jumping off point, and then play in what would feel better, what would be better, and your vibration will attract the opportunities that you are in sync with. First, your current situation will start feeling better. You will get to work and it will feel less taxing, and that's a great thing. But then eventually, if you keep going, if you keep feeling better about work, if you keep asking yourself these questions and trying them on, feeling into how it would feel to do something you really are excited by and want to do, then the opportunity to live that will come, because everything is vibrational. So we hope that this is helpful to you. If you do not like your work, try to turn off the do not like, and then see what else would feel better. Keep at that vibration. Keep feeling that way. Even if you have to lie to yourself, when you go into your current job, imagine that you are in the situation that you want, just until it actually comes true and you're living that. Fill the gap with the feeling that you want on the other side. That is the shortcut to having what you want. So we hope this is helpful. We love you so much. Lots and lots of love. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.